coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials on the night. Profanity, racial, and ethnic comments, or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or any other teams will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal and site opposition. Be sure to stop by the concession stand and the lobby for refreshments. Grab a Gatorade, water, your favorite candy, or a light snack. Thanks to our new dining partners, Carver
Welcome fans to WECU Court in Carver Gymnasium for tonight's Great Northwest Athletic Conference match featuring the Montana State Billings Yellow Jackets and your Western Washington Vikings. We would like to begin by acknowledging that we gather tonight on the ancestral homelands of the Coast Salish peoples who have lived in the Salish Sea Basin throughout the San Juan Islands and the North Cascades watershed from time immemorial. Please join us in expressing our deepest respect and gratitude for our indigenous neighbors, the Lummi Nation and Nooksack tribe, for their enduring care and protection of our shared lands and waterways. We will begin tonight's Unity Night with the playing of an honor song by the West Shore Canoe family. We are honored to have them here tonight, serving as the start of a month-long celebration for Native American Heritage Month in November. Fans, at this time, please rise if able and remove your caps. Military veterans are welcome to render a hand salute as we join together with the playing of our national anthems by the Western Washington University Viking Band. As part of tonight's Unity match, members of the Western Washington University volleyball team will read off the NCAA Student Athlete Unity Pledge. Please turn your attention to the video board for the playing of this video.
I am an NCAA student athlete,
and I pledge to be a champion of unity on my team, on my campus, and in my community.
I pledge to stand against all forces of division and separation.
I pledge to embrace differences and strive for inclusion and collaboration.
I pledge to stand against racism, hate, discrimination.
I pledge to strive for love, care, and forgiveness.
I pledge to stand against silence, deceit, and obscurity.
I pledge to strive for dialogue, truth, and understanding.
I pledge to stand against fear and doubt.
I pledge to strive for trust and belief in one another.
I pledge to stand against complacency and stagnancy.
I pledge to strive for change and growth.
I commit to supporting my fellow student athletes in all circumstances that impact them. I commit to both choosing unity personally and encouraging it for all.
I pledge these things because we are stronger together. # United as One.
All right, let's get things started by meeting the student athletes for both teams. First, for the visiting Yellow Jackets from Montana State Billings. The head coach is Casey Bonner, and assistant coach is Sam Jennison. First, the non-starters for the Yellow Jackets. 5'8" freshman from Billings, outside hitter, number 2, Aubrey Allison. A 5'9" senior from Wilsonville, number 3, Kennedy Juranic. A 5'5" senior from Las Vegas, Nevada, defensive specialist, number 4, Haley Carroll. A 6'1" freshman from Farmington, Minnesota, mid-blocker, number 8, Julia Gordon. A 6'2" senior from Lakewood, Colorado, mid-blocker, number 13, Hannah Hayden. And now the starting lineup for MSU Billings. A 5'4" junior from Chateau, Montana, playing libero this evening, number 1, Christine Funk. A 5'6" freshman from Great Falls, Montana, defensive specialist, number 6, Avery Stuff. A 5'10" freshman from Castle Rock, Colorado, opposite, number 9, Bailey Nichols. A 5'8" freshman from Harbor City, California, setter, number 11, Emma Faaligo. 5'10" senior from Spokane, outside hitter, number 12, Olivia Schwartz. A 6'2" freshman from Pocatello, Idaho, mid-blocker, number 14, Marissa Allen. And a 6'1" senior from West Jordan, Utah, mid-blocker, number 15, Peyton Langston. And now, let's meet your 2023 Vikings. The Vikings are led by head coach Diane Flick-Williams and assistant coaches James Sa, Malia Aliaga, and Chris Leverins. First, let's meet the 5 players redshirting this season. From Lake Stevens, number 3, Haley Try. From Spokane, Washington, number 11, Danny Johnson. From Snohomish, number 12, Ayla Grant. From Spokane, number 15, Cassie Mueller. And from Mukilteo, number 22, Nayela George. And now the non-starters in numerical order. A 5'9" sophomore from Linden, defensive specialist, number 4, Anna Vanderyacht. A 5'9" redshirt freshman from Bellingham, defensive specialist, number 5, Finley Clays. A 6' senior from Ferndale, pin hitter, number 6, Kylie Hunrud. A 5'9" redshirt freshman from Vancouver, setter, number 9, Carolyn Hansen. And now the starters for your Vikings. A 5'11" redshirt freshman from Maple Valley, pin hitter number 1, Delaney Spear. A 6'1" redshirt freshman from Ridgefield, mid blocker number 2, Emily Vossenkuhl. A 6' sophomore from Olympia, pin hitter number 10, Devin Ostrich. A 5'11" junior from Bothell, pin hitter number 13, Gabby Kepley. A 5'10" sophomore from Issaquah, playing libero, number 14, Abby May. A 6'1" sophomore from Lake Stevens, mid blocker, number 18, Carly Try. And a 5'8" redshirt sophomore from Puyallup, setter number 19, Adele Holland. And those are your 2023 Western Washington University Vikings. Let's play volleyball.
So we welcome you in here to Carver Gymnasium, the WECU Court. Your Vikings back in action here on Vikings TV, taking on the Montana State Billings Yellow Jackets. The visiting Yellow Jackets entered this one with a 1-12 GNAC record. Vikings enter it tied currently for 5th in the GNAC with a 7-5 record. Vikings here at home for the next 2 days. I'm Zen Hill here on Vikings TV. Going to be taking you the way here alone. We've got a little bit of a busy week here at Western Washington going on right now. Started at 7 o'clock women's soccer just south of Carver Gymnasium on Harrington Field. My buddy Adam, who's usually by my side for these volleyball games down there calling that one. They're taking on Seattle Pacific. Nice rivalry game, but focusing here, we've got Montana State Billings, who has beaten this Vikings team already this season. It is the one win in the conference play for the Yellow Jackets that they have on the season. Montana State Billings won in 5 sets, and it ended a 5-game win streak for the Vikings at the time, but the biggest streak snapped there was a 25-match GNAC losing streak for Montana State Billings. Vikings come into this one with a little bit of some roster flip around. We have Abby May starting at libero. Finley Clays is inactive tonight. Anu Lopez, the redshirt freshman middle, is active. That's how this is going to start. It's the start, and she gets the first kill here in this one. The sophomore. In just 3 matches, but so far this season, Carly Try has over. Bumped up by the Yellow Jackets and sent over off a tip from the net. Vikings now back on the attack. Delaney Spear from the outside. She finds the open court. And the Vikings are rolling to start this one. A 4-0 start to it. Vikings could use a huge momentum boost of a victory here tonight. The first set looking real nice for Head coach Diane Flick-Williams and the Vikings here at home. Devin Ostrich back to serve once again. She's been rolling so far to start this first set. Good serve that time. Stuff is there. Good bump up by the Yellow Jackets. That was a save that time by Fa Logo. Here is Carly Try. Stuff with one arm, but the Yellow Jackets can't keep it up past that. And Carly Try gets it done once again for the Vikings, up 5-0 here. And that's going to force a timeout from head coach Casey Bonner on the Yellow Jackets side. Your Vikings up 5-0. A good start to the first set when we come back on Vikings TV. Welcome back to Carver Gymnasium. Coming out of the timeout from the Montana State side. Vikings will remain with the ball on the serve. Devin Ostrich still back there. Vikings up 5-0, off to a good start here in Carver Gymnasium. Ostrich been serving it good. She's the team's leading ace server. Vikings are coming off a game on Saturday where their serving was unstoppable. Despite the loss against Simon Fraser, the Vikings tied their season high with service aces. Ostrich delivers another good one. Delaney Spear is there. Didn't get it cleanly, but she'll take it. It dies on the Yellow Jackets side. Delaney Spear kind of shaking it off as a bad hit, but it gets it done. Vikings up 6-0 now. Ostrich back to serve once again. Going back to that Saturday game, Vikings 5-set heartbreaker. They had a 2-1 lead entering the fourth set. And we have a call here. Looks like a violation on the Yellow Jackets side, so the Vikings cannot be stopped to start this first set. We have not seen a set here at home where the Vikings have truly dominated, as we are so used to seeing here on the home court, but the Vikings up to a 7-0 start in this first one. Ostrich with the serve. Vikings up big, and they just cannot be stopped. There's going to be a free one sent over, but another violation on Montana State's side. I believe someone came over the line. I believe on the saving dig on the slide. You can see on the replay here, I believe it was Fa Logo. Yes, way over to the Vikings side right there. They get her with a line violation. So the Vikings yet to give up a point to the Yellow Jackets. Devin Ostrich putting in work to start things off. There's a good bump that time by Stuff. Push to the far side. This is Schwartz, and Schwartz will get the first point for the Yellow Jackets. Olivia Schwartz had a huge game against Western Washington earlier this season, a career-high 19 kills in that one. Montana State's one win in GNAC play. She gets it done, and now it is an 8-1 start to this one. Montana State will get the serve back after losing the first serve of the game to the Vikings. Kennedy Juranic, the senior out of Wilsonville, back to serve. She delivers it. Ostrich digs it up. Adele Holland with the set. Gabby Kepley with a floater into the open court. She goes cross court, just lofts it over the defense and drops it onto the court. Kepley gets her first kill in this one. Emily Vossen-Cool on for your Vikings. Carly Try will be back to serve. Sophomore middle. Vikings up big. Try with a dipping serve. Here's a set from Fa Logo to Schwartz. And did it take a deflection? I believe they're actually going to have a signal on the Vikings side that it did. So that'll be a point to the Yellow Jackets. Serving is Christine Funk. Funk is having herself a heck of a defensive year here in the GNAC. Leads the GNAC in digs per set. Here is Kepley for the Vikings. Right into the back court in front of that back line, and Gabby Kepley gets it done once again for the Vikings. Gabby Kepley, the lone junior on this team, the lone upperclassman seeing work this season, into the back corner perfectly. And now Carolyn Hansen is on for the Vikings, as well as Anu Lopez the redshirt freshman making her home debut for the Vikings. Good to see her in action here. Hansen with a serve, though. Another redshirt freshman for this team. Here is Schwartz, way too long on that one. And Schwartz on the attack error will give it back to the Vikings. So taking a look at Carolyn Hansen, she comes into this one being more of the backup setter, and I believe I missed something here on the court. It is actually going to go to Montana State Billings' side. Must have taken a deflection at the net. That's why it looks so long, I guess. Serve from the Yellow Jackets. We'll get back to that Hansen storyline. Emily Vossenkool on the attack, takes a deflection, and there is Emily Vossenkool. And another redshirt freshman for the Vikings is having herself a great year. 20th in Division II with her 1.18 blocks per set, but she picks up the kill on that one, and the Vikings find success once again. Spear is back to serve. Delivers it over. Here's Montana State, and no one is going to go for it on that. Miscommunication. No one wanted to take the open ball. It wasn't a tough one. Someone just had to get under it, and the Yellow Jackets could not. The Vikings get an easy point that time. Didn't have to work for it. Delaney Spear will take it. She'll get to serve again. Vikings up 9. Bumped up by Funk in the back line. Foul logo to the far side, a little too long and deflecting near our up ref. Out of bounds. It is the Vikings point once again. So we have a timeout here on the floor. Head coach Casey Bonner from Montana State with his team still struggling in this one. Vikings up double digits when we come back. We welcome you back out of the timeout. Vikings up 10 here in the first set. Looking like a nice night here at Carver Gymnasium. Vikings, at least in this first set. If they could stay consistent with how they've been performing, they're going to get this done in a nice way. Vikings looking to pick up a big victory here in this one. We've got a home game on tap for them coming up next after this Thursday night game. They'll be back here 7 o'clock to take on Seattle Pacific, a very tough matchup. That's the top team in the GNAC this season. We're back, though. Foul logo with a set. Ostrich denies the attack from Peyton Langston. There was a push over that time by Bailey Nichols. Good effort by Spear to keep it in. Devin Ostrich off a deflection from the net. Ostrich picks up the kill right there. The sophomore Devin Ostrich coming off a 15-kill, 18-dig double-double. That is what she has done all year for the Vikings. The leader on offense and providing those double-doubles, picking up the digs at the back line as well. Spear with the serve, Vikes up 11. Christine Funk digs it out. Here's an attack from the far side. That is sent home by Julia Gordon on the left side, but it is too far. It was a good attack attempt, one of the rare clean ones we've seen from the Yellow Jackets tonight, but just way too long on it. So Delaney Spear back once again. Delivers a good serve. Funk is there to dig it out. Foul logo will set it up, and they're going to try it once again with Gordon. Vikings are there. Hansen going to bump it up. Ostrich with a back row hit. Set up by Jurinick. Here's the attack from Langston, and into the back corner goes Peyton Langston. The middle blocker picks up a point for the Yellow Jackets. And then coming back for Montana State, Bailey Nichols is back on. Avery Stuff will be back to serve for Montana State, down 11 here in the first set. Long serve by Nichols, and that'll give the point to the Vikings. Right there, Montana State, a rare error from them. They've been known this season, despite struggling in other categories, their service, they usually serve it better than their opponents in regarding to errors. They make less errors than their opponents on the year, but right there, give it back to the Vikings. So now libero Abby May with the serve into the corner, and Vikings give it right back on a service error of their own. Abby May was a service specialist last season, saw a lot of work as a freshman. In her sophomore year now, has seen limited work. She's making her third appearance as libero. The last 2 times she started at that position, she's had a 17-dig night each of the times. Vikings with some bad sets and a bad bump from the back line. Ostrich tried to get there, but now it'll be a 10-point deficit for the Yellow Jackets. Peyton Langston will be back to serve. Going back to May, Abby May was the only non-senior last year to appear in all 100 of the team's sets last season, so it's surprising we haven't seen her as much this year. That Ostrich attack takes a deflection from Marisa Allen and out of bounds for another kill to Devin Ostrich. Anu Lopez will come off, Hansen will come off. Gabby Kepley and Adele Holland are back on for your Vikings. Adele Holland will be the one to serve it. Holland currently sitting at 5th in the conference with her 6.76 assists per set. Right around that middle ground. Fa Logo with a set to the far side. That one from Bailey Nichols. And that'll be a point to the Vikings on no deflection. Good attack by Nichols, but just too long on it. So Adele Holland will be back to serve once again. Holland returning to a starting role. She saw 6 starts back in 2021, but did not play in 22. A rare true freshman appearance for her back in 2021, and now back in action as a sophomore after utilizing a redshirt season last year. Vikings up 13 now in the first set. Holland delivers a nice serve over. Carroll is there. Fa Logo sets it up, denied at the net by the Vikings. Here's Adele Holland with the set. Try with a loft over. Some taps from the Yellow Jackets side, get it done, and it's back to the Vikings. Here is Kepley off a deflection from Fa Logo. In the back line is Stuff. On the attack, off a deflection, diving Abby May. Abby May from her knees, and she couldn't get it over. So some good hustle that time, but it'll be Bailey Nichols finding the success for the Yellow Jackets. Abby May definitely tried it. She had the diving save, came right back to her off a deflection from Adele Holland. Emma Fa Logo back to serve. Freshman out of Harbor City, down in California. She serves it. Bumped up by Ostrich towards the net. A one-handed save by Holland, and Carly Tribe with a bump over. Fa Logo with the set. A good attack is deflected from Marisa Allen. Vikings with Kepley now, back line, and that one's in bounds. Gabby Kepley having a good first set. That'll be her 3rd kill in this one. Holland with a beautiful set as well. How about that? We've seen some split work in the last 2 games from the Vikings. Carolyn Hansen has had 20 assists in her last 2 games, but Adele Holland dimes that one up right there. Rare miss from Ostrich on the serve. Vikings up 20-9 now in this one. Devin Ostrich's 24th service error, leading the team with 34.34, aces per set. Back to serve it is Kennedy Juranic, the senior. Takes a deflection off the net onto the Vikings side. Here is Carly Try with a good attack. Carly Try having herself a hot start to this first set, her 3rd kill. We have seen Carly Try have some electric nights here at Carver Gymnasium. It almost seems sometimes like Vossenkool takes it over on the road, and then we come home and Carly Try is the leader at that middle blocker position. A great 1-2 punch for the Vikings this year at that spot. That one by Schwartz. Vossenkool keeps it up. Kepley keeps it up. Vikings have one more hit to get it over. I thought that might have been 4. Either way, here's Olivia Schwartz diving his try, but couldn't get it with the fist. And Olivia Schwartz will get the kill right there. Carly Try this year, going back to her, she's hit double-digit kills 3 times. Not being the starting middle blocker, Vossenkool usually gets the start, as Vossenkool did tonight. There's a good serve right there by Funk, an even better dig by May. Gabby Kepley on the attack. That one bumped up by Juranic. Pushed far side, here is Nichols. Vikings keep it up. Vossenkool with a battle at the net, try to be pushed over. They find success with Schwartz. Delaney spear for the Vikings, deflected by Schwartz, as well as Peyton Langston. Montana State Billings hyped up after a point from that good defensive effort at the net. You can see Peyton Langston there in the middle blocker position. She's 13th in the conference right now with 0.9 blocks per set. Earlier this year, Langston actually had 12 total blocks in a game. That was against Lubbock Christian. Vikings get it over on a free one. Fa'alogo sets it up. Langston. Back-to-back plays by Peyton Langston to get some points for her team. Those 12 blocks by Langston earlier in this season is the most by any GNAC player this entire year. Christine Funk also among the ranks of records in the GNAC. She leads with the most digs in a single game in the GNAC. That one pushed in the corner by the Vikings. Good diving save by the Yellow Jackets, but the bump over from Schwartz will fall out of bounds. So the hustle is not made into a fruition, and the Vikings pick up a point. Just 3 away now from a victory. Anu Lopez will come back on for the Vikings, as well as Carolyn Hansen. Vikings just 3 away from a first set victory. Hansen with a serve is too long on it, and a service error will delay the end of this first set for a little bit longer for Montana State Billings. Would need a huge comeback here, of course. But at this point, maybe even just trying to build towards some things to take into the second set you can be happy about. Haley Carroll will serve it. She delivers it over. The setter, Abby May with a dive. Carolyn Hansen does dive for it, but is out of her reach. And off the Vikings deflection, Montana State Billings picks up another point. Haley Carroll, earlier this season, had a career-high 48 assists against Minoa State. She has been a nice setter this season for a team that attacks a lot. Vosenkool with an attack of her own and a kill of her own. The go-to middle blocker with her second kill. Vikings have 5 kills just from our middles. 3 to try, 2 to Vosenkool. And we're 2 away here in the first. Delaney Spear with the serve. Dug up that time. Here's Christine Funk on the second hit. That one's lofted over by Nichols. Carolyn Hansen will push it. There is Devin Ostrich with the attack. And off the deflection and out of bounds. Devin Ostrich with another kill tonight. Vikings are rolling in this one now. 13 kills here in this set. Montana State Billings with just 7. 1 point away, says the crowd, and Delaney Spear, wearing the number 1, will try and get it. Bumped up, pushed. This is Julia Gordon off a deflection, will extend this first. On a successful kill. Gordon listed as a middle blocker, but playing outside hitter on that possession finds a great success. And now it's a 10-point deficit for Montana State. A service error ends it. Avery Stuff will try and loft it over. Montana State trying to battle back. Bumped up by Ostrich. Carolyn Hansen. Vosenkool to end it, but it's out of bounds. It was a great electric attempt by Vosenkool. Just a bit too excited on it. So here will be Stuff once again, the freshman. 9-point deficit for her team. Here are the Vikings. Carolyn Hansen over to Devin Ostrich. She finds the corner. That's how this first set is going to go. A dominant one for the Vikings. 14 kills on an over 500 hitting percentage. They were converting on 50% of their attacks and more. Vikings win by 10 in the first set. They go up 1-0 on the match. We're going to switch sides, and we'll be right back here on Vikings TV. So we welcome you back to some Vikings volleyball. A good first set for the Vikes, taking a 25-15 first set. 14 kills for the Vikings, a team that averages just over 10 and a .545 hitting percentage, the highest of any set played by the Vikings hitting percentage-wise. And you go back, you think about at least October 7th is when these last two teams faced, a 5-set victory. Vikings won the first set 25-16 in dominating fashion. Montana State Billings came back to a 26-24 second set victory. So do not count the Yellow Jackets out just yet, because they showed the heart to take this game away from the Vikings last time on the road. But being here in Carver Gymnasium might be a bigger of a challenge for Montana State. We'll see second set how it goes. Vikings will have the serve. It'll be Adele Holland. Her team 1-0 up. Here's Holland with the serve. Dug up to the side that time with one fist is Schwartz as well, and then Christine Funk. Here are the Vikings. Devin Ostrich on the attack. Bumped up by Fa'alogo. That one kept in by Schwartz, and Funk will have another free one to the Vikings side. Del Holland with the set. They're going to try Kepley off a deflection, and Gabby Kepley has herself another kill tonight. Kepley now tied for the team lead of 4 kills, tied with Devin Ostrich. So Holland will remain for your Vikings. Vikes have 4 aces in that first set. 3 from Ostrich, and there's one from Holland. 1 from Spear, 1 from Holland now. Vikings with 5 aces, trying to repeat that performance that they had on Saturday night against Simon Fraser. Here's Holland up 2-0. Bumped up by Schwartz. Fa'alogo with the set. This one hit over that time by Bailey Nichols. Del Holland to Kepley again, but too long on it. And Montana State picks up their first point here in the second set. On comes Kennedy Juranic to serve for the Yellow Jackets. Julia Gordon is on as well. Vikings with the same group of players that started this set. Holland, Ostrich, Abby May, Delaney Spear, Carly Try, and Gabby Kepley. Here's a serve from Juranic. Abby May in the back line, a bit hesitant on whether she wanted to dig that one up or not. And it goes off the top of her chest and out of bounds. You can see maybe she was trying to pull back. Either way, just a misplay for the Vikings. It's all tied up at 2 here. Kennedy Juranic with the serve. A low one is bumped up by Spear. Adele Holland over to Try, who gets a good hit on it, but an even better job to keep it alive by Julia Gordon. Olivia Schwartz with the attack. And Montana State Billings has their first lead of this game. Up 3-2 here to start the second set. Montana State Billings is coming off a 3-set loss against Alaska Anchorage. But a close battle it was between those two teams. Abby May digs it up for the Vikes. This will be Devin Ostrich, and Fa'alogo could not get it, and Ostrich answers back to tie this thing up. Against Alaska Anchorage, the Yellow Jackets' first and second sets versus Anchorage ended in a 25-23 finish. So just barely being swept by Anchorage. All tied up. Here's Ostrich, already 3 aces on the night. Good bump by Juranic. Sent to the far side, denied by Kepley. Here are the Yellow Jackets once again. They're going to get a double that time. And that'll be a point to the Vikings on the ball handling error. You saw good net presence there by Gabby Kepley to send that back over to the Yellow Jackets side. Gabby Kepley last year finished 4th on the team in blocks. A good serve by Ostrich, but an even better save by the diving Juranic. There's a denial from Try and Kepley. Here is Schwartz, denied once again by the Vikings. Abby May sets it up. Here is Holland. Carly Try with the attack. A great save by Juranic. Carly Try again. She is persistent. You see the denial. They run it through her one time, gets sent right back to her, and on a one hit, she delivers. And I believe on the court here, looks like what we have is a challenge from our head coach, Casey Bonner. I think he is challenging to whether or not that was an interference call. So they want to know if Carly Try attacked that ball preemptively, if it was still on the Yellow Jackets side. it would be a violation on Carly Try. If not, it'll be a legal play. Vikings up by 2 points here in the second set. For Montana State Billings, looking for the leaders so far in this game. It's Olivia Schwartz being consistent in her play against the Vikings. I mentioned 19 kills, her career high against the Vikings came earlier this season. And this one already up to 5 on 9 attacks. That's a 444 hitting percentage for her. On defense, Kennedy Juranic, the senior out of Wilsonville, leading the way with 4 digs for the team. Montana State Billings hanging in this second set. Vikings, of course, cut off to a huge start. Back in that first set, might have just killed the egos of Montana State, but in this one, they are showing the heart to keep it in this one. We have our first challenge on the court by head coach Casey Bonner. We're going to get a ruling out here very soon. For your Vikings, Devin Ostrich leading the way with 5 kills, 3 aces. And here's our official ruling. So it'll stay Vikings point. An unsuccessful challenge by Bonner. This will remain a 5-3 game here for the Vikings. Vikings, Delaney Spear with 7 digs already tonight. 2 kills for her as well. Ostrich to serve. She delivers it over. Bumped up by Funk. That one set by Juranic. Here's the attack from Gordon. Good dig by Abby May. Vikings to Spear. And she switches direction on the hit into the back left corner. Delaney Spear with a perfectly placed ball to pick up that kill. Thought she was going to go cross court with it, but just dropped it right where the defense wasn't. No yellow jacket in sight, and the Vikings are up 3. Ostrich's serve, dug up by Funk. Here is Falogo, and off a short set, Marisa Allen couldn't get there. A rare miss from Falogo. She is 6th in the conference with 6.32 assists per set, just behind Adele Holland for the Vikings. Devin Ostrich's serve, dug up by Juranic. They'll try Gordon again, and Julia Gordon off the bench has seen some good work in that outside hitter role. It's either a typo or a mistake by me that she's listed as a middle blocker, but look at the vertical at the outside hitter position. Back to serve, Christine Funk, the junior. Bumped up by Ostrich. Here's Adele Holland to Carly Try, and out of bounds. And I believe Diane Flick-Williams looks a little bit confused about it. We'll see on the replay here. That one is long. So good that Diane Flick-Williams did not use a challenge on that one. It was a close one. Of course, on the far side, you're not on that bench, so you don't know. Carly Try will serve. Vikings got a point off a deflection is what the call was. Juranic delivers it over. Try with a good dig in the back line. Delaney Spear with an attack. Funk is there. Bumped up by Falogo. Here is Schwartz. Deflected by Spear. Sent over with one hand by Langston. Here's Vosenkool with a set. And Gabby Kepley, and they're going to get Emily Vosenkool on the double. Vikings up 3, 8-5 here. Letting the Yellow Jackets stay in striking distance as Haley Carroll comes on. Carroll, a utility player known as a defensive specialist as well as a setter, coming in to serve. Delivers it to May in the back line. Adele Holland with the set. Here is Gabby Kepley off a deflection. Bumped up that time by Juranic. A great attack by Peyton Langston on a short set by Falogo. Perfectly timed up with a middle blocker, Peyton Langston on this one. Got the quick attack out. Vikings didn't have a chance to react, and it's just a 2-point game here. Yellow Jackets down 6-8. Abby May on the dig. Vikings got one hit to get it over. Ostrich will. Here is Funk. Falogo over to Gordon on a floater. One hand from Spear. And Ostrich from the back line gets a deflection at the net. Falogo sets it up for Langston. She'll push it into the back court. Here's Vosenkool on a little bit of a late jump. And she gets it done somehow. And excuse me, an early jump by Vosenkool. She hit it late. You can see here on her way down made contact, but still a perfectly placed ball for Emily Vosenkool. And Voss has got herself now 3 kills. Hansen with the serve, a good diving one, but a diving save by Funk. There is Langston, Ostrich with the dig. Hansen to set it for Spear, and into the open court, Funk with a pancake. Kennedy Juranic, and they're gonna get a double on the set by Montana State Billings. So Funk's amazing defensive play does not result in anything. You see here the hustle. Christine Funk, why she is one of the best defensive specialists in the entire GNAC. Hansen serves that one to the far side. Fall logo to Langston. Out of bounds and point to the Vikings. We're going to have a timeout on the floor. Head coach Casey Bonner from Montana State with his team down 5 here in the second set. Your Vikings up 1-0 on the match when we come back here at Carver Gymnasium. Welcome you back here to Carver Gymnasium. Just under midway through this second set, your Vikings up 1-0 in the match, but leading just by 5 after having a double-digit victory in the first. Vikings will come out of this Montana State Billings timeout. The ball in their side. Carolyn Hansen to serve it for the Vikings. Hansen has now found herself into a consistent role after not playing too much to start the year. This will be now her 3rd straight game with a 50-50 split between her and Adele Holland as the setters for this Vikings team. So here is Hansen with the serve. Dug up by Carroll. Fall logo pushes it. Julia Gordon. Ostrich is there. Hansen with a bump and Delaney Spear with a step back hit. Kept alive by Funk and Juranic. Another attack by Julia Gordon and another successful one as well. Gordon now has seen 13 total attacks. And 3 kills for her, so not the best percentage on it, but it shows the confidence and trust that Casey Bonner has in his freshman Gordon. A serve from Stuff, dug up by Abby May. Vossenkool didn't get all of it. Fall logo sets it up. Langston pushes it. Hansen is there. Abby May with a bump. Here is Spear with an attack, and a good one it is. No Yellow Jacket deflection, but in bounds for Delaney Spear. A well-executed offensive play for the Vikings. Not the traditional one, as it started with the setter, and the assist will go to the libero May. Either way, it puts a point up for the Vikings, up 5. Spear with the serve. Near side. That one pushed over, but into the net. Bailey Nichols makes contact with it. And that'll be a point to the Vikings on a net violation. Set was just a little bit too far in front for Nichols, who had to chase after it. Ended up running into the net as a result. Spear will serve it for the Vikings. Up 6 now, a diving one right there. A good save by Stuff on the dig. Back row hit from Carroll. Here is Hansen. Anu Lopez gonna get herself a kill. How about that for Anu Lopez? Active tonight for the first time in a while. The redshirt freshman picks up a kill. Through the 7 sets that Lopez has played, she had 3 kills. Picks up 1 right there. Just 1 more, she ties her career high. Awesome to see this young team give some opportunities to some players that haven't seen the court all too often, especially in conference play for the Vikings. That one denied by Lopez and Vossenkool. They'll try it again. That one I don't believe took it on an attack error. Montana State wants a deflection. Casey Bonner going to use the challenge on this one. You can see Anu Lopez was there, but I don't think any contact was made. The only contact came from just the top of that net. Anu Lopez making her shot that she's getting worth it here. A kill for her. She's out of Kent Meridian High School. Was on the team last season, of course, but redshirted. Now a redshirt freshman, making her first home appearance. It's just so fun to see the amount of redshirt freshmen that I keep listing off on this team that play so consistently as well. When you look at this team, Delaney Spear, Emily Vossenkool, Finley Clays, who's not even playing tonight, Anu Lopez, Carolyn Hansen, all redshirt freshmen on this team. And to go along with that, we only have 2 upperclassmen even active, and Kylie Honrud, who is out with an injury, as well as Gabby Kepley, the junior. The rest are all underclassmen. And the Vikings still being able to have a 7-5 GNAC record and still be competing in this one. It is just phenomenal this season that these young, talented women are having. Looking around the GNAC standings-wise, coming into this one, Seattle Pacific still atop at a 12-1 record. The only one loss coming to Western Washington when the Vikings traveled on the road. Seattle Pacific will come into now the Vikings' house and try and steal one back from Western Washington. We have our ruling here off the challenge. And no, it did not take a deflection, as I figured. So now back-to-back times that head coach Casey Bonner has unsuccessfully challenged a play. Vikings keep the point. They're up 8, 15-7 here in the second set. Delaney Spear, her mother Nancy Darrow actually played for Western Washington in basketball back in 1990 through 1992. Basketball getting underway. The men are on the road tomorrow. There's a kill by Bailey Nichols on a good possession by Montana State. Tomorrow, men's basketball taking on Damon in Langley, British Columbia. They're in the Division II Canadian Tip-Off Classic up in Canada. They'll play this weekend. Women's basketball gets in action for the first time. You'll see a broadcast here, 7 p.m. on Friday as well. Here are the Vikings. Devin Ostrich off a deflection, bumped up by Langston. Set up by Logo, and here is Nichols. Spear is there, Hansen with a set, and Devin Ostrich with a lofting one. Logo will run to get it. That one denied. Anu Lopez sends it back. How about that for the freshman? Vossenkool was there as well, but we love to see it from Anu Lopez. The teamwork from the Vikings, and she got most of it as well, the best part about it. So here's Abby May back to serve for the Vikes, up 8. That one too far to the opposite side and out of bounds. Back on Olivia Schwartz for the Yellow Jackets. It is Emma Logo who will serve it with her team down 7. She serves that one over. Abby May is there. It's going to be an ace for Logo. The 4th ace for Montana State Billings tonight. And they have spread it around. Langston with 1, Juranic with 1, Carroll with 1, and now Logo as well. 9 aces from both sides as a total. Vikings with 5. Logo with another serve, another good one. May bumps this one up in the air correctly this time. It'll be Anu Lopez from the back row and a miss hit from her. Vikings just up 5 here in the second set. See Lopez on the replay from the back line, just didn't get her feet set the way she wanted, and a miss hit too late on it. Logo with a serve, lofting way far into the corner, and they will give it away. That is just the second service error by Montana State. Like I said coming into this, they do not make a lot of service errors. Vikings actually with 4, so 2 more than the Yellow Jackets, but there's one that'll send it to Adele Holland. Holland gonna serve this one. Schwartz bumps it up, Logo with the set. To the far side, denied by the Vikings. Carly Try as well as Delaney Spear there. Excuse me, that was Devin Ostrich. And Ostrich on the far side gets most of that. Try was late to the party. Ostrich threw it herself. Vikings up 7. Del Holland dug up by Schwartz again. Logo will try it. That one denied by Kepley. This one sent back. A lofting ball sent to Abby May. Here's Kepley on a floater. Pushed into the far corner. Vikings get a hand on it. Devin Ostrich with the attack. Takes a deflection. Good dig up by Christine Funk. An attack from Schwartz. Spear in the back line. Vikings back to Spear. Takes a deflection out of bounds. Off the hands of Marisa Allen. Delaney Spear from the back row picks up another kill tonight. She's having herself a great game. 5 kills, 8 digs for her, to go along with a 44% hitting. Here's Holland with a diving serve. Foul Logo with a one-handed set to Schwartz, who had to bump it over. Vikings free attack here. Carly Try right on the line. And Carly Try has another kill tonight. It has been Spear, Ostrich, and Try for the Vikes. Try leading the way with now 6 kills for the Vikings. Timeout on the floor. We'll be right back here on Vikings TV. So we welcome you back here to Carver Gymnasium. The Vikings just 5 points away from a second set victory. Vikings would go up 2-0 and maybe push for their first home sweep of the season. But a lot of game left to be played. Montana State Billings showed some fight in the start of the second, have died down ever since. It's a 9-point lead for your Vikings. Adele Holland will be back to serve it. Adele Holland has the team high 13 assists tonight. Her fellow setter Hansen with just over half of that with 7. Her serve is dug up by Aubrey Allison. Here is Schwartz on the attack. A good hustle play by Spear and May. But that one goes out of bounds. And Olivia Schwartz will pick up another kill tonight. Schwartz has been quiet in this second set. Came into it with 5 kills. Now just picks up her first kill of the set with 6. We have some cleanup before we get underway. Kennedy Juranic will be back to serve for Montana State Billings, down 8 here. Juranic having a nice defensive night, 6 digs, an ace, as well as an assist even from that back line. Her and Funk digging things out. Carly Try, that one straight off of Funk. Couldn't dig that one out because it's Carly Try who is hot tonight. 7 kills on 10 attacks for Carly Try, no errors. How about the night for her? She is eating up this Montana State team. Ostrich with the serve. Funk with a good dig. Here is Schwartz on the attack, and a great attack right there. She just loaded up and delivered. Olivia Schwartz doing what she has done all year to the Vikings team. No answer. Ostrich and Holland were there, but split right between them. So now Christine Funk back to serve it. A lofting one, dug up by the Vikes. Here is Kepley, dug up that time by Juranic. Pushed, here is Gordon, denied and inbounds by Gabby Kepley and Carly Try at the net. But I believe the call actually on the floor, they called it out. From my point of view, I'm pretty close here. I have been wrong a lot this season, though, so we'll see. Challenge on the floor by the Vikings. Vikes in this set, after a phenomenal first set, hitting 545, are still being consistent with it. They have a 370 in this one on 12 kills already, 4 points to go for them. They had 14 kills back in the first set. In the GNAC, the Vikings sitting around 5th place. At this point, the teams are just trying to make it into that 2nd place spot to try and earn a bed into the West Regional. We recently had all the teams that are qualified for the West Region Volleyball rankings so far if the tournament was to start today. And ranked amongst those teams, Central Washington, Seattle Pacific, as well as Simon Fraser are all ranked in the top West region. They would make that postseason tournament. For the Vikings, for them to not make it, it would be really rare. Vikings have been to the NCAA Division II championship tournament in each of the last 10 seasons. Of course, we know the dominance that has been consistent here. We haven't really had a year like this where we're relying on our underclassmen, but the timeline is going to line up great following the years that this team will be juniors as well as seniors together. It has been a promising start to this squad that we're hopefully going to see back next season and the one following. We have our judging here. And that one will remain the way it was called. So no block to Kepley. It'll be a point to the Yellow Jackets. And I try to tell you folks, I've been wrong, and I was wrong there. So a 7-point deficit for Montana State. Christine Funk remains the server. Christine Funk was the GNAC's Defensive Player of the Week back on September 5th. She's averaging 5.33 digs per set. How about that? There's one from her as well. Fall logo. Denied right there. Julia Gordon. Vikings get their block back that time. And it's Gabby Kepley on the far side. Julia Gordon, who has found success tonight, is denied by Gabby Kepley. Gabby Kepley tonight, 4 kills for her. And a block assist now to her name. Here's Anna Vanderyacht, service specialist. Dug up by Funk, of course. Juranic with the bump. That one lofted over by Julia Gordon. Kepley on the attack, takes a deflection. Funk is there. Falogo sets it and dumps it over into the open court. A heads-up play from Falogo, the first little trickery we've seen tonight from her, or any setter on either side. The setter's dump. 7-point deficit for the Yellow Jackets. Vikings 3 away from a 2-set lead. It is Haley Carroll back to serve. Carroll has an ace tonight. That one dug up by May. Here is Delaney Spear off a deflection. Funk is there. Falogo sets it up. Gordon off the net. May is there on a knee. Adele Holland to Gabby Kepley. Pushes it into the corner in a perfect spot from Gabby Kepley. Shows off the class. It doesn't need to always be done through power, and the Vikings show it off there. Gabby Kepley, a perfect spot. Vikings now 2 away from a set victory. For a team that is yet to pick up a sweep on the road, it would be a huge confidence booster entering the dog days of the GNAC season to pick up the victory here tonight. Vikings on the attack. Anu Lopez, a dig goes into the crowd. Anu Lopez with her 2nd kill of the night. You just love to see it. No Finley Clays tonight. No Janelle Grant tonight. Anu Lopez is called upon and delivers right there with the kill. 1 point away from the Vikings. Carolyn Hansen with the serve. Dug up that time. Here's Gordon on the attack. Vikings now from Hansen, and Vossen-Cool is going to finish it off. Emily Vossen-Cool, 4th kill of the night. Vikings pick up a 25-15 set victory. And I'm getting deja vu. That was the first set ending as well. They're going to switch sides here. The Vikings are going to look for their first sweep here at home. A huge confidence boost for this Vikings team. They are performing great all night. We will go over that more when we come back here on Vikings TV. We welcome you back into Carver Gymnasium, Vikings volleyball. Third set up next here. Vikings up 2-0 over the Montana State Billings Yellow Jackets. Looking like it's going to be a confident victory for the Vikings, but they still have to close it out. We've mentioned time and time again on this broadcast about consistency with this Vikings team. How about this for consistency? First set, 14 kills for the Vikings. Second set, they won up at 15 kills on a .394 hitting percentage. The Vikings are performing insanely well on the attack, a .455 total team percentage. Going into this game, their highest hitting percentage as a team was a .233 against Alaska Anchorage on the 21st of October. Looking around the GNAC, right now we have a big matchup between Simon Fraser and Seattle Pacific. In Simon Fraser, it is 1-1, but Seattle Pacific winning 9-3 right now in the third set. Jocelyn Sherman with 10 kills already against Seattle Pacific. They're getting the same treatment that we got here on Saturday night from Sherman. Back underway here, Vikings on the attack. To start it off, it is Carly Try. She is denied by Marisa Allen. Marisa Allen denies this one, and it's a good start in this one. For the Yellow Jackets, they pick up the first point of the third set on just the fourth block assists for Montana State this entire game. Foul logo on the serve. Dug up by May. Holland with a bump. Here is Devin Ostrich on a great attack. Takes some deflections and out of bounds. Devin Ostrich picks up another kill tonight. It has been the Carly Try show, but Devin Ostrich as well, getting it done in every single way she can. 6 kills, 3 assists. 5 digs, as well as a block assist. Here's Devin Ostrich on the serve. And a service error that time, her second of the game, despite having those 3 aces. Vikings now with 5 service errors in the match. Aubrey Allison will be back to serve, the freshman out of Billings. Hometown hero here. Outside hitter. Haven't seen much of her tonight. I've seen her serve it a few times. She had a good one there. Here's Gabby Kepley from way outside. Montana State now on the attack. Schwartz had to take a step back and hit it. Dug up by Ostrich. Here is Holland Carly Try, and they're going to get Adele Holland on the double. We saw Holland struggle with her doubles on Saturday. Some handful of ball handling errors for her, and that resulted in more of an opportunity for Hanson to get playing time. You can see on that one, Aubrey Allison back to serve once again. May with the dig, Holland with a set. A good one this time, and an even better kill by Carly Try. What a night for Carly Try. Another kill to her name, now 8 in this one. Vikings down by 1 though in this third. Carly Try will serve it. Lawson Cool on for the Vikings as well, so 2 middles out there. Try has been in the back row. She has a dig tonight. Here's a serve from her. Delivers it over, bumped up by Schwartz. There's a set denied by Vossenkool. Christine Funk now. There is Schwartz, goes through the hands of the Vikings. Good bump up by Ostrich. Vossenkool is denied. Marisa Allen, her second block of this one. She might get the solo as well on that one. Marisa Allen having a good third set here as Montana State tries to stay alive. They're up 2. Montana State in their last game against Alaska Anchorage struggled with their consistency. In the first set, Montana State actually led over Anchorage 7-1 at one point. And in the second set, they led 4-0. Vossenkool had a little bit of a missed jump. We've seen that a couple times tonight. Here are the Vikings. Holland will try it with Ostrich from the back row. Fall logo with a high bump. Funk over to Schwartz. Bounces off the net and back to the Vikings side. They'll try Kepley. The lefty floats it. That one bumped into the midcourt. Sent over by Hayden. Bumped up by the Vikings. Here's Kepley again. She'll go hard on this one. That one dug up and into the stands. Over and out of play. Aubrey Allison with the hustle. But the Vikings pick up a kill from Gabby Kepley. Gabby Kepley tonight now up to 6 kills for the team. The Vikings hitters are just playing phenomenal. 6 total errors, a .406 hitting percentage. Gabby Kepley hitting a .35. Bumped up by Allison. Foul logo over to Schwartz, and Schwartz is out of bounds. No deflection, and yes, they do have a deflection actually on there. You see the replay here from Schwartz. And Diane Flick-Williams is going to come over to the table and use her second challenge of the night. Montana State Billings trying to gain some momentum to start off this third set. Diane Flick-Williams using the challenge. If it is to be overturned, this will be a tied-up game at 4 apiece. Now, I mentioned earlier I'm running solo here tonight. Adam Race, usually on color commentary here in Carver Gymnasium, down at Harrington Field right now. Rivalry game between Western Washington and Seattle Pacific. Women's soccer being played down there. We're currently in the second half, 54th minute. It is a 1-0 lead for Seattle Pacific. Jacqueline Blakely had the goal in the 18-minute mark to gain the lead for Seattle Pacific. Two teams that entered into that game, some contenders for the leaders in the GNAC standings. Seattle Pacific is always a hard matchup when you're facing off against Western Washington as well. It's just a fun one to be had. So, I mean, if you're hopping back from broadcast to broadcast here on Vikings TV, of course, you can find both of those live streams here on the YouTube. I wouldn't blame you. Women's soccer having another great year, of course, coming off the national championship. Expectations are high for them, and they have been performing. The GNAC up for grabs. Vikings did clinch their ticket to the GNAC postseason in women's soccer. So this replay here still underway, taking a little bit of time. How about the night from Carly Try? 9 points on 8 kills, a dig, an assist even. Has a middle blocker, picks up that one. Carly Try has hit double digits twice here at home. Looking like we might see another game from her. But in 3 sets, of course, you have less of an opportunity to even put up numbers. So it's still an effective night from the Vikings. An entire team effort in this one. They have 5 aces after starting the first set. Very good from behind that service line with 4 aces. Only picked up 1 in the last set. So not going to be as consistent with it as they were back on Saturday to pick up 11 service aces, in which Holland and Hansen, the setters, had 3. And Devin Ostrich had 2. Looks like we're going to get the ruling here. And yes, it is overturned, so we will be tied up. A successful challenge by head coach Diane Flick-Williams. Carolyn Hansen will be back to serve for the Vikings. Here's Hansen on the serve, over the net, dug up by Schwartz. Bumped up by Fall Logo, back to Schwartz. No Viking is there, a diving spear had the attempt. Vikings back row was playing for the deflection. It did not take one from Anu Lopez or Vossen Cool. Spear was just late to it. The Yellow Jackets regain the lead, 5-4 here in the third. It is Haley Carroll back to serve. That one bumps off the net. Abby May with a diving save for the Vikings. Ostrich with a light hit over. That one deflected by Vossen Cool off the attack from Langston. It'll be Schwartz this time. Takes a deflection. Spear with a fist. Carolyn Hansen ups it up to Anu Lopez, who goes far and too far on it. Anu Lopez with an attack error. Is Montana State Billings a 2-point cushion. Good defense by the Vikings on that possession, but unable to respond with better offense. Haley Carroll to serve again. Ostrich with the bump up. Hansen pushes it far to Spear. That one, just not enough room for Christine Funk to get that one off her arm. And it's down on the court for a Vikings kill. Delaney Spear having herself a near double-double night. If she can pick up the kills, she could potentially find it. 9 digs for her. Just 6 kills, though. She's back to serve it. She has an ace tonight, getting it done here for the Vikings. Here is Langston, takes a deflection. Lopez bumps it up. Hansen with the set. Delaney Spear from the back row. That one bumped up. Good job by the Yellow Jackets. Carroll to keep that alive. Spear with the bump. Vossenkool. Vikings a little bit out of order here. It'll be a free one. Sent over to Schwartz on the far side. It drifts onto the net. Didn't get the lucky roll. Schwartz tried to be pretty with it. As the team was crashing down to the near side, she tried to loft it over their heads. You can see here with Ostrich coming over, she's trying to dump it in front of her. All tied up at 6 now. Delaney Spear serves it once again for the Vikes. Dug up by Funk. Logo to Schwartz, denied. Anu Lopez with another block tonight. I had a feeling when I saw her line up in the starting lineup that she was going to have something special tonight. And Anu Lopez. So the Vikings up 1. Delaney Spear on a service error. Pulled some Vikings momentum on that one. For Lopez, the last time we saw her was at the end of September on the 30th against Simon Fraser on the road. Of course, her one other appearance came on the road as well, the 16th against Northwest Nazarene back in September. Here are the Vikes on the attack. Devin Ostrich into the corner in a perfect spot. But before that, they have the double. That one on Hansen. So some ball handling errors on both our setters tonight. Unlucky. You can see on the replay vaguely on the awkward rotation that the ball had, and it might have even been out of bounds there from Ostrich as well. Juranic serves it over. May is there. Vikings get a missed time from Vosenkool and Hampson. Yellow Jackets with some good hustle. Fall Logo had a good job keeping that one up. May with a good dig on the attack from Allison. Here's Ostrich. Funk with a fist and into the crowd. That one will be another kill for Devin Ostrich. Second on the team in kills tonight with 7 now. Abby May did a good job getting low. And how about Abby May tonight? Called upon for her 3rd appearance as a libero when she is a natural outside hitter. She now has 8 digs on the night at that position. Vikings 32 digs as a team. They're out digging the Yellow Jackets, despite coming into this one being the lowest digging team in the GNAC. Anu Lopez had the attack there. MSU did a good job keeping it alive. Langston tried to float it over. Here's Hansen to Carly Try, and off a deflection. That's just how the night has gone for Carly Try. Success after success on every single attack she has. Wasn't the prettiest one. Yellow Jackets definitely had a chance at it. Haley Carroll just couldn't get a clean bump on it. And now Try is up to 9 kills in this one. Delivered over. That one bumped up by Juranic. Langston had some nice motion in the air to get that one over, but here is Ostrich for the Vikings. Christine Funk with the dig. Fought a logo over to Allison. Spear is there with another dig for her. Evan Ostrich with a floater. Kept alive. Fought logo with a bump. Allison will try it again on a soft hit. Hansen will set it for Anu Lopez, and Lopez has found success again here. Her 3rd kill of the night. And from here on out, she'll just be establishing a career high every time she picks up another kill. 3 is the most she's seen right there on the success. Timeout on the floor. Vikings up 10-8 in the 3rd period when we come back. We welcome you back to Carver Gymnasium. Vikings just up 2 coming out of the timeout here in a 3rd set that has been close between these two teams. Despite it being just a 2-point difference between these two teams, it has been a lopsided set. The Vikings have 7 kills to Montana State Billings, just 1 in this one. But the Vikings' errors has been what is costing them in this one. 2 service errors, 2 ball handling errors, 1 on Hansen and Holland. Those have given away 4 free points to Montana State. And this one is still close. Vikings looking to close it out, pick up the first sweep here at home on the season. Abby May back to serve. Kind of mistimed her jump serve, but it still gets over. That one takes a deflection off the net. Vikings keep it alive by May. Here's Anu Lopez on a floater with the one hand. Foul logo bumps it up. Funk with the set. Allison is denied by Try and Lopez. Those two people, the story of the night for the Vikings. Lopez coming in getting an opportunity, and Carly Try just continuing her dominance when she can. Vikings up 3 on this one as we have a cleanup crew here on the court. So for the Vikings, if this goes down as a sweep for them, it would be the first time that they had swept a team here at home. Their last sweep came on the road against Alaska Anchorage not too far ago. That was October 21st. So the Vikings have picked up some 3-set victories on the year. They swept Seattle Pacific as well as Simon Fraser on the road during their 5-game winning streak. Here's Allison. Great dig that time, but out of bounds from Spear. She had the perfect position for it, but just a little bit too bad angled and too much force from the attack from Aubrey Allison. For Aubrey Allison, they have been running it through her in this third set. She has seen now 7 total attacks in this one. Langston with a good serve. That one goes over off the bump from the Vikings. Allison will try it again. A lofter. Ostrich is there. Hansen with the set. They'll try Anu Lopez. Into the back line, dug up by GNAC. Sent over by Allison off a deflection from Try. And a diving Ostrich could not save it for the Vikings. Just a 1-point lead for Western Washington now in the third set as Aubrey Allison picks up the kill, her second of the night. Vikings are having a down set, hitting 190 in this one. They are providing 2 total blocks. Their highest block total in a set so far is 3. But everything else has fallen off a little bit for the Vikings. Here is Spear with a running hit. Langston was there to set it. Allison bumped up by Spear. Here is Hansen on the set. Devin Ostrich delivers it through. Back to the Vikings side. Carolyn Hansen with a close to the net set. Carly Try. Double figures for Carly Try tonight. 10 kills now on 15 attacks. 1 error. A 60% success rate for Carly Try tonight. She's responsible for a game-high 11.5 points with her 3 block assists, which is tied for the match lead. Here is Holland on the serve. Vikes up 2. GNAC keeps it in. Allison on the attack. That one kept alive by Spear. Sent over. Vikings side, they keep it from Allen. Gabby Kepley pushes it. This one sent over to Allison again. Vikings at the net. And we're going to have the out of bounds from Aubrey Allison. No net contact on either team is called. Allison misses on it. Looks like the ball forced the contact on the net. So now the Vikings up 3. Adele Holland lofts it over. That one mistimed on a weird ball, and they're going to call a lift. I believe that one goes on Marisa Allen. It was a weird set by Fall Logo, trying to do one of her short sets that we've seen successful tonight, but that one just mistimed with her middle, Marisa Allen. They miss it. Vikings up by 4, trying to build back a huge lead. We've seen them around halfway through each of these sets really take over. Vikings now with a free one to their side. Carly Try again. 11 for her. Count it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And Carly Try is not broke. We have a timeout on the floor. Casey Vaughn are calling it for his Yellow Jackets down 5 here in the third. Vikings looking for a sweep when we come back on Vikings TV. We welcome you back here to the WECU Court, which tonight has been Carly Try's court to dominate. The sophomore comes into this game after appearing in just 3 matches last year. She has found herself into a rotational middle blocker spot for this Vikings team. Try comes from the same high school as former Viking All-American Gabby Gunterman, who we're used to seeing dominate here at home. And tonight, Carly Try continuing that trend as a graduate from Lake Stevens High School. Tries career high is at 12 kills this season. She's at 11 tonight. She hit 12 against St. Martin's here at home. Like I said, we've seen a lot of great home matches from her. Diving attempt by Spear, just not the angle on it. And out of the timeout, Montana State Billings picks up a first point there. They're still down 4. And you can see here it was Allison finding the right spot into that left corner for her team. So now Emma Logo will be back to serve. Logo with the serve over. Abby May on the floor, keeps it alive. Here's Gabby Kepley on the left side, and she gets it off a deflection. Gabby Kepley with just the push forward. Her 7th kill of the game. Vikings have been spreading it around. Carly Try, of course, leading with 11, but alongside her has been Ostrich and Kepley with 7 kills apiece. Delaney Spear with 6 of her own. And then don't count out Vosenku and Anu Lopez. 4 for Voss and 3 for Anu. Ostrich will be back to serve for the Vikings, up 5. She has 3 aces tonight. Vikings do not have an ace in the set. That one bumped up by Allison. Set up by Logo. Push to the far side by Marisa Allen, and an attack error will go to her. And the Vikings pick up the point on that one. Montana State Billings came into this game as the lowest hitting percentage team in the GNAC with the least kills per set, right around where the Vikings are sitting. Vikings being the 2nd lowest hitting percentage, having the 2nd lowest kills per set. Here are the Vikings, though, with Try on a lofter. Funk is there. That one pushed over by Logo in a perfect spot off a deflection, but out of bounds. Emma Logo finds success. She's had a good amount in finding kills at the setter position. Great awareness by the setter. So it'll be Aubrey Allison back to serve. Yellow Jackets down 5. Vikings 8 points away. I know I'm counting early, but the Vikings, a sweep at home would mean so much to this team. Has been through the ups and downs, been through the ringer this season. Vikings get it sent back to their own side. Delaney Spear on the attack, and she finds open court. Spear number 7 for her. 15 digs as well for Delaney Spear, hitting over 400 tonight. She is having a great performance. Delaney Spear, who her biggest struggle and her biggest criticism has been that she can't be consistent in her attacks. But tonight she is making everyone worth it. She's also providing great defense. Here is Schwartz, denied by Kepley. Gabby Kepley was there with Voss, but Kepley, I think, got most of it. So how about that for Gabby Kepley? Vikings up 7 now. Carly Try back to serve it once again for your Vikes. Bumped up by Funk. Logo with the set. Hannah Hayden had to kind of take a step back for it, and now the Vikings are on the attack. Gabby Kepley gets saved by Funk for the Yellow Jackets. Jaden Schwartz now on the attack. And that one is out of bounds on the deflection. So Olivia Schwartz, gets a nice attack for the Yellow Jackets once again. Haven't seen much from her since that first set. Evan Ostrich in the back row maybe could have let that one go. Either way, played it safe, but couldn't get the touch on it. Christine Funk with the serve over. Bumped up by Abby May. Adele Holland is in as the setter. Gabby Kepley rises up, but it's kept alive by Montana State. And now on the attack is Schwartz. Spear is there to dig it out. Adele Holland pushes it back to Kepley and off the Vikings' own net, I believe. No, it did get a deflection. Deflected again. Good net presence in this rally by the Yellow Jackets. Another good block by the Yellow Jackets. How about this? Delaney Spear finds a way through. Hannah Hayden and Peyton Langston had that net on lock, but persistent attempt after attempt from the Vikings team. And now Delaney Spear gets a kill on that one. (20-13) lead here in the third for the Vikings. Carolyn Hansen enters for the Vikings, and she will serve as well. Holland Kepley will get a breather. Anu Lopez back on. Here's Logo with the set. Langston with a lift over. Lopez was diving for it, but just couldn't get it. Some miscommunication between the Vikings on who might have had the priority on that one. Looks like Lopez was a little bit late to dive for it. Maybe thought Spear was going to go for it. Vikings still up 6, 5 away. Haley Carroll back to serve. There is Carroll. Lofts it over. Abby May is there, and no other Viking is. Spear and Hansen run into each other. They both are fine. Spear's shin and ankle seem to run into the head of Delaney Spear, but they seem to be all right. Don't want to see any of these young freshmen go down, especially when they're hustling for an open ball. Not as bad of a hit as I thought. No real head contact. So Haley Carroll, Yellow Jackets down 5. Hansen with the set. Delaney Spear on the attack. Funk is there off the net with 2 hits, and the Yellow Jackets get it over. Lawson Cool times that one up with Hansen, and they find success on a 1-2. We've seen Voskal and Hansen's connection be a bit iffy tonight on some of their sets and attacks, but that one finds great success for the Vikings. Voskal now up to 5 kills in this one. So now Spear is back to serve. Has an ace tonight. Good serve over. Funk digs it up, though. That one is just a amazing attack by Olivia Schwartz. I don't know what else to say on that one. Perfectly executed by Fall Logo. You go Funk, Fall Logo, Schwartz. Look at the vertical on that attack. It's the perfect 1-2-3. Libero to setter to outside hitter to kill. 21-16 now. Montana State sticking around. Here is Hansen on the set. Devin Ostrich off a deflection. Ostrich trying to go for another double-double. Trying to get this one in 3 sets. She's got 8 kills and 12 digs. Spear also on double-double watch. 8 kills for her, 16 digs. We've talked about her tonight. Abby May with the serve. A dig attempt from Haley Carroll on the dive. Good hustle, but it's out of bounds. Vikings 2 away now. Carroll with just 2 digs on the night fails to grab that one, and it's a service ace for Abby May. 6th of the game for the Vikes, 2nd for Abby May. Vikes up 7. Funk is there, and it's out of bounds. Abby May, back-to-back service aces. We had none coming into this set. Right here where Abby May delivers 2 after having 5 in the first 2 sets. Trying to close it out for the Vikings. 1 point away from the first home sweep. Here's Abby May. Sent over, bumped up, and out of bounds. That's how it's going to end. Abby May with 3 straight serves to finish it off for the Vikings. 3 straight aces. That's what she does. That's what we've known Abby May to do. Abby May comes into this game, is called upon to play an unfamiliar position. Her 3rd game as a libero this season with Finley Clays out. And she caps off a beautiful, beautiful performance by the Vikings for a victory here tonight. 25-16 in the 3rd set. Vikings with a 3-0 sweep. The first sweep at home for this young team. Vikings will move to 8-5 in the GNAC. Montana State falls to 1-13. Vikings finish the game 43 kills, only 7 attacking errors, a .387 hitting percentage, the best of the season for the Vikings. And to go along with it, 5 blocks and 4 aces led by Carly Try. Kills and 16 digs. Ostrich right behind her with 8 and 12. 3 aces to Ostrich as well. Adele Holland led with assists, but also for Montana State Billings, Olivia Schwartz with another good outing. 10 kills for her, 20 assists for Fall Logo as well. That was the 1-2 all night. Christine Funk, 11 digs. Montana State Billings falls, though, in 3. The Vikings pick up the victory. We will see you all on Saturday night. It's going to be a big one. Seattle Pacific, 7 o'clock, taking on the Vikings here on Vikings TV. Everyone have a good night, and go Vikes!